Medical units stand by. 30 seconds to contact. 20 seconds. 15. 10. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
We got him. Let's go.
Good evening, comic book connoisseur and art aficionados. I said that one backwards, but that's what you get when you try to like paste the link at the same time as you do your intro. We've got a great show tonight. We've got a new guest, Mr. Telepathic Bunny, joining us today.
Hey. Hello.
Got the mic set up, but before we get to Mr. Bunny, let's do a little round with our co-hosts, as always. We're joined with Billy Bob Sack tonight. How you doing, Billy Bob?
Couple.
There you go. And Wrangler from Frequency Studios is here.
A whole lot of hola. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, Wrangler?
The usual. And how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm like super nervous because not because of the show tonight, but because I'm about to launch my campaign like on Saturday. So,
oh man.
Yeah, as a first timer, I'm like, my mind is kind of racing, running all over the place. I'm ahead of schedule on some things, and then I've got a couple of other things that I figure I need to get done as well. And it's kind of like, like those kind of nightmares that you have in high school. You like dream that you're going to prepare something and no one's going to show up. So it's kind of the way my brain's been acting.
Welcome to YouTubing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But we got Rabbit Hole here. So that's you. Okay.
Yeah, he's on my channel.
AKA Rabbit Hole. Welcome, man. All right. So you were recommended by our last week's guest.
Oh, yeah. That's JK Trout.
Jacob, yeah, from Frost Comics.
Yeah,
he was like,
hey,
you should get in touch with Telepathic Bunny. And I was like, I keep hearing that name all over the place. It's like you're mentioning
around.
Yeah, pretty much in the indie sphere, am I correct in saying Comicsgate sphere as well?
Yeah, I have some Comicsgate affiliations. Yeah.
So it seems like a sensitive topic nowadays. It's like
Well, I'll have to say that I consider myself more of an FMC guy than a Comicsgate guy at this point.
On my comic, yeah, with Luke Stone's freaking awesome alternative to the big guys, the pink site and the green site, as he puts it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm also going to be
the gold site. We are the gold site.
Gold site, the gold standard. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm all ready to go on the Fund My Comic as well.
There you
Page is
go.
ready. I got a trailer and everything.
Mm,
All right, let's get some background music going here, so it's not
Okay.
completely silent. We got some. There we go. Trippy music. Let's bring it down to sustainable level. And we can get to know you a little bit before we get into your campaign, if you don't mind, Mr. Bunny, if that is your real name.
I go by Cooper.
Cooper. All right. Nice, Cooper. I'm Frederick. I
Okay.
didn't introduce myself so far, but
Mhm.
that's the name. That's my name. I was going to say the name I go by, but it's also the name my parents gave me.
So is that pronounced Guimont?
Close. It's Guimont, but most
Guimont.
people pronounce it like you do, so I don't take offense. Like, it's a French name. I'm not. If I start getting offended,
I don't pronounce it wrong.
say again.
I don't pronounce it wrong.
No, you're good. You guys.
Well,
know me.
it makes sense. Guy, like Guy Gisborne, so it makes sense.
Yeah, like a guillotine.
Yeah, guillotine.
I should say that now. That's very
There
French.
you go.
Guillotine.
Yeah, very French. Well,
I don't know if
guillotine
we-
was French, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we invented it, but we definitely popularized
No, you
it.
did. You did. That's the guy's name that invented it.
Right? See, we're learning a lot about French culture already from Mr.
There you
Bunny.
go. There
He
you go.
seems to have an interesting character. And can you tell us a little bit about your background, like how you got into, well, we could say comics generally, or how you got, more interestingly, how you got into the indie space of online comics, YouTube space,
Okay.
of promoting your comics and all that. I'm super curious to learn a little
Okay.
bit about your path.
Well, I started out with a illustrated children's Bible. That's when I first started attaching a story with the image, and it was a Zundervan children's Bible. It had these incredible. I've got it somewhere. I don't know quite where it's at, but I think I gave it to my brother because he adopted two boys. But it had great art in it. The images were not like G-rated for children. Okay, the images.
Right. You didn't have like the most horrible scenes from the Bible depicted in full.
Oh yeah, you did. You
did?
literally did. There was like people like Valley of Dry Bones. They showed the Valley of Dry Bones. The ghost of Samuel was one of the images I remember. Samson claps in the temple on his head. There's no doubt that guy was going to die. I mean, they didn't cut any images out of it. No. Which I like. I like because it prepared me for what was pretty rough childhood later. I won't go into it, but needless to say, I got into my teenage years and was in desperate need of distraction, I guess you could say. And somebody introduced me to comics and sold me their comic collection. And
So you got a big batch of comics straight off the top.
yeah, I did, and well, I didn't keep them, but I did have them for a while. But that's what kind of introduced me. I knew the Bible stories and knew kind of tales of daring do and things like that from the Bible. And a lot of the comics were based on Bible stories and based on Bible characters. Most people don't realize that. But a lot of the stories that you find in comics, like especially early on when a lot of the comic creators were Christian or Jewish.
Right.
A lot of the comic characters were based on actual, biblical characters, and so it just was a natural transition for me to go into that kind of heroism and self-sacrifice and things like that.
Right.
And
inspiring. It can guide you when you're young and you need sort of an inspiration.
Well, I went from a very involved father to my only father figure, not exactly volunteering to be my father figure, and so, i.e., it was begrudged anything he did for me, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
and well, and so I went from like I was like a desperate desire for masculinity and toxic masculinity, or what you want to call it. I just call it masculinity. But I was
They took back the name toxic now. Like they were accusing us of being toxic for a long time. That's the name of one of my characters in my comic now. It's
there you
toxic,
go. There you go.
Just totally owned it again. So
Right.
I hear you, man. I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah. Well, but I fell in love with Claremont, and I fell in love with
Chris Claremont, the X-Men.
Wesley Simonson, pretty much that whole X-Men room from the late 80s into the 90s. It's one of the greatest runs of X-Men, probably of any comics ever, I believe. Especially the Mutant Massacre. The Mutant Massacre blew my mind. Kind of opened up my brain to what was possible. Especially the Power Pack part of the Mutant Massacre, because
I don't think I read that one.
go and read it, because it's right in the middle of this horror, right in the middle of this brutality. They stuck these bunch of kids. Louise Simonson wrote it, and she wrote it in such a way that she allowed them to stay kids in the middle of all of it. And she took them in this adventure down into the tunnels trying to find Leech. Leech being one of that little green guy that absorbed power or cancel powers. And they went to find Leech. And so all these kids, are down in these tunnels, and they run across Sabretooth, and they run across all these other ones. And,
oh yeah.
Was this the one that Gambit was involved with, and he was ashamed of it?
No. Well, Gambit was involved with Mutant Massacre. That they retconned that later. But no, he didn't appear in the books. The actual Mutant Massacre books. But the way she handled it was she kept them kids, but she didn't cut any corners. She didn't spare them anything. I mean, they saw dead people that they loved, shot to death in the tunnels. Right. People that they were familiar with, people that were friends, they called friends. And just the fact that she handled it with such a deft touch, and then they came out the other end, and they were still kids. All of it was believable. It was just delicate balancing act that she pulled off. And she'll forevermore be, the goddess of comic writing to me. I don't think anybody touches her.
And is that a series that took place in the Uncanny X-Men, I would imagine?
Well, it went across several books. The Mutant Massacre is like the first multi-book crossover.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Secret Wars doesn't count because Secret Wars was its own run, its own book.
Right. I remember the Ghost Rider Midnight Suns was all over the place, like in 12 books or something.
Right. Well, the Mutant Massacre was the beginning of that, because Jim Shooter came up with the idea. And then he got fired right before they executed it.
Oh, man. That's
is
classic.
this a separate incident from the Morlocks?
No, this was the incident that when they killed the Morlocks in the tunnels. Mutant Massacre, yeah. But Shooter basically he launched it. It's funny because I was talking to Jim in person at HeroCon like 2 years ago, and I mentioned it to him, and he's like, "Well, it wasn't what I would have done, but it turned out okay," Jim Shooter, baby, gotta love him. But he said that Louise Simonson actually was the architect of it. That she basically, when he realized he was going out the door, he basically said, "One of you is going to have to take this over. One of you have to take charge of it. Since I'm not going to be here to shepherd it." And she kind of she kind of stepped up, and so Mutant Massacre was basically her baby. But it was just handled with such a deft touch, and it kind of expanded my mind as to what comics could be. And so around about 2020, when I was stuck at home from the coof,
Oh yeah.
I was like, I just had this image of this. It was, because one of the biggest travesties in comics for me, one of the breaking strains for me was when they made Captain America say "Hail Hydra."
That was
And,
just, I hated that.
Yeah, but that completely broke me from my comic habit. I mean, there's a no way back for me. You just don't do that. You just don't. But the thing about it was so I'm sitting here and I was thinking of a heroic character that was like, that was patriotic, but I wanted somebody that kind of like threw back all the way to the founding fathers. And so I was like, okay, what if I have a world where the superheroes can live for like generations? And what if I have a guy that basically was a immigrant that came over, and I made him an Irish bondservant. Most people don't know the first slaves in America were Irish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in fact, they were the ones that were sent into the coal mines because the black slaves were considered too expensive to send down there. They were too valuable, so
Yeah.
they sent the Irish.
Yeah. But basically, so I had an Irish immigrant that came over here as a young man, and the man who took on his contract was a printer, owner of a printing press, and he was printing pamphlets for the underground movement that became America, basically. And he was drug. And people don't know this, but the British were clamping down on any kind of revolutionary fervor, and so they would murder the shit out of anybody that they thought was creating an uprising. And so the original founding fathers, when they signed the Declaration of Independence, they signed their death warrants.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of gloss over it now, but these men, this was 7 years before we got declared a country. They signed that document, and every single one of them lost life and property that signed that document. But this guy was drug out in the street and beat to death in front of my protagonist, and then while in his dying breath, he called for a lawyer to hear his dying breath, the dying wishes. And he gave my protagonist his freedom and bequeathed him his property.
Okay.
And so he used that property the first thing he did was he sold everything and went to find George Washington and became a Revolutionary War scout. And along the way, he became the first powered person in America. And he was so powerful that they wrote him into the actual Bill of Rights in America, right? And so, I mean, all this came to me while I was like sitting there and speculating. And if you want to build a world, start with like a pinnacle character. Start with a character you can hang your hat on, that you can hang a world on, right? And so I had my character. His name is Kieran Quinn. They called him Iron Sights because during they first called him the Cast Iron Continental, which he wasn't very fond of, but they thought he was bulletproof, so they called him Cast Iron, right? Because that was the hardest metal in the colonies. But he never liked that name, and he never used it. But
You
when he
never
was
choose your nicknames, do you?
no, you don't. You don't. But during the War of 1812, he was like on one of the privateers. He was on one of the privateers' ship, and they started taking broadsides, and he was standing up on the bulwark. And the commander of the privateer became his oldest friend later. Was actually also a powered person. He called up there and he's like, get your butt down. Who do you think you are, Ironsides? And it stuck, because Ironsides was the name of the USS Constitution, but because it was built out of oak that wasn't available in anywhere else in the world.
Okay,
And
that's
so-
one of the ships.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so cannonballs would bounce off of it, so they called it Ironsides. And that was his nickname. And so when he says, "Who do you think you are, Ironsides?" And so everybody started calling him Ironsides. That's how he got his name, right? And so he was like the hero of my world all the way up to 1970 when he was ambushed and retired. And my first book is basically how he gets back involved in the world and gets like put right in the middle of like the first battle of the turning of the tide, essentially. Because in 1970, when he got ambushed and retired, they wrote him out of the Constitution by an amendment called the 28th Amendment. It was called the Heroes Amendment, which is hilarious because it basically made all powered people wards of the state.
Oh.
Because he wasn't going to be there anymore to defend America. They scared everybody into voting for this amendment. And so they created a federal organization called the FERA, Federal Expressor Regulatory Agency.
Mhm.
They're called my powered people were called expressors. And so essentially they retired him, made him put him in the intelligence department, and then erased him from history, essentially.
Yes, we see that in your the comic that you provide, because you provide a 13-page comic
Sample,
for free
yeah.
sample on your X account, which
Right.
I got to read right before the show. We have a question here by Corey Barton. He asks me, still not done with the pencils on this cover? No, Corey, I actually have been only drawing while on stream because I've been busy with the covers and setting up the campaign.
Yeah.
So I've only been doing this pretty much when I've been streaming. So it's kind of why it's going slowly. But I'm almost done. I've just got like a handful of buildings to do the windows on, and I'll be starting the inks on it. So very soon, very soon.
Is this Rebound? Is that who this is?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
It's a different character. I'm sorry.
No. He's called Rattel. So
Rattel.
Rattel's,
Okay.
yeah, he's my title character. Story's based in Montreal. Rattel is French for honey badger.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So-
that's cool.
Instead of calling him the honey badger, I thought it was a nod to the fact that he's got like French Canadian ancestry. I'm from Quebec, by the way.
Okay.
So kind of.
I could tell. I could tell.
I don't know whether I should feel insulted by that or not.
Well, your politeness kind of gives you away. Plus
Oh, the politeness. Okay.
Plus the French name. Yeah,
It's a dead giveaway.
it's pretty much a dead game. A polite Frenchman. Yeah,
There you
Quebec.
go.
He's got to be Quebec.
Checks out. That checks out. We got James, our legal lizard, has popped up. How you doing, James, man? Thanks for joining
Hail,
us.
friends. Hail. It's always
How you
good to
been?
be part of the crew. Doing
Yeah,
well.
man. Happy to see you, man.
Mhm.
And we got Patrick in the chat. How you doing, Patrick, man?
Hey, what's up, Patrick? You guys?
Have you ever been on the Commandos Telepathic?
No, I haven't.
Not
I
yet.
have not. Mm-mm.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe sometime soon. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I've had a lot of people on my show, but I haven't been on. I don't go on. I haven't been on a lot of shows. I'm probably going to start streaming more often
Well, you have to. I mean, you got a campaign to get out there, and cause speaking of, I can bring it up here while we're on the topic.
That'd be cool.
Or do you prefer pulling it up yourself and having hands on, or would you prefer?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Let's bring it on here. And the link is pinned in the chat. You also have Cooper's links in the description as well, his X account, his link tree. So you can find all the information you're looking for down below.
That's the idea.
Yeah. So,
hey, Paul from AGE. Hey, what's up, dude? He's my letterer.
Oh, interesting. Nice to see you.
Yeah, this is the trailer. This is done for me by Mr. Good Stuff.
Mr. Good Stuff. I've heard his name before. He
Good
does
Stuff. Yeah, it just goes by Good Stuff, not Mr. Good Stuff. His wife goes by Mrs. Good Stuff, but he only goes by just Good Stuff.
Just Good Stuff. Well, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Let's.
He's a bit of a pothead, to be honest. So.
Bit of a fun.
He does good work though.
Okay, so you're in storefront mode right now. How long has this campaign been started? Because it says it was raised in 2 years.
It's been going on a little over 2 years. I had some unexpected obstacles. That's why I put out the 13-page sample. I want to let people know that this is in production. You are going to get something very soon. And I just looked at page 25 and 26 today. And I've got I'm scheduled for 32, so we're just about there.
Nice. And you know what they say about lateness, right?
Yeah.
If
no
you
idea.
miss a deadline, fuck it. It is the will of the universe. It is the will of the universe and a chance to remind your boss that time is only a man-made construct. Time is subjective, and time is quite possibly an illusion. Your boss must accept that there are multiple versions of reality. There is a version of reality where you did not miss the deadline, because there is no time. There is also a version of reality where you are not even given a task in the first place. So if there is no task and there is no deadline, then you have nothing to be worried about.
There you go. Puts things into perspective.
Well, if you have that attitude, there'll probably be no job too.
Exactly. A little bit too lax.
A little bit too lax, yeah.
All right. Should we hop into the trailer, or do you want to give it an introduction?
Go ahead.
Well, let's do it.
It's self-explanatory.
Roar.
Colonel Ironside's here. 200 years I stood in the gap, fighting those who would harm my country. It was my honor, my sacred duty, so help me God. 9 times they took my life. 9 times I stood back up and made them pay. The freedom fighter, I could handle anything, but someone betrayed me. I was ambushed, made mortal, rendered powerless, and retired. They passed an amendment and made me a civilian before I left the hospital. For 50 years, I've watched my country change. Lost its heart while erasing me from history. The day I quit my job, I powered up and discovered they lied about that too. I'll remind them of freedom. I'll remind them of duty. I'll remind them of their oaths and who they serve. I'll remind them while I'm shoving it down their throats.
And there you have it.
Yeah. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Indeed. And where did you get the name Telepathic, Bunny? I'm curious.
It comes from the very first example that Stephen King used in his book On Writing.
Oh.
basically he says basically imagine a rabbit, a white rabbit with a blue 8 on its side. That rabbit is in a cage on a table with a red tablecloth. He says, now I've put this image in your head, and you might have a different type of tablecloth. You may have a different style of cage. Your bunny rabbit, might be big or it might be small. Or the blue number 8 might be a different font. He says, but you got the image that I sent you. It's a telepathic link.
Indeed, it
And
is.
so, telepathic bunny. And that's where I came from.
Ah, interesting.
Because I gave you an image, and the image that's in my head winds up in yours. And so it's a form of telepathy.
Clearly.
Yeah.
And you've got some original artwork here. Is the art for Ironsides done by hand or digitally?
Well, that one is I've got the hard copy of that one. It was done by Pal Rodricks from Genuine Comics fame.
Oh yeah, we interviewed Genuine Comics like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. This is his primary artist. He did a Cross Worlds commission. It was Ironsides and America Bliss. They look really good together.
Nice. Yeah.
After he saw that, he's like, "Damn!" And I already closed up the comic. I would have used that. That looks really good.
Oh, is it too late for you to add it in the comic as a
at
pinup?
the time that Powell was done with the commission, he had already finalized the book. But
in his book, okay.
Yeah, it was if he liked your commission, he would put it in the Cross Worlds book. But when he saw that Powell's version of America Bliss and Ironsides, he's like, man, I would have loved to use that in my book, but it's already finalized. So.
Right. So is it going to be a pinup in yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The first 100 people to back will get a copy of that free.
Oh, interesting. Like a pinup, like a print, I mean.
Yeah,
Cool.
you can see it's further up. Or it's down. It's down.
All right, well, have a look
down
at it.
colored version.
We have a question here by your letterer, AG Comics, asks, who did the trailer again? It was Good Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has his icon at the beginning.
Oh, Corey's disappointed. He says 0 hot babes spotted.
I've got hot babes.
What is this, Corey?
That's
what is this,
a hot
Corey?
babe.
You just gotta
That's a
wait.
hot babe.
Just gotta wait a little
There
bit.
you go.
The hot babes.
What up? This is Corey.
Well, that is
Well, don't stare.
That's you, Corey. That's you.
I think Corey approves.
Yeah, Corey's got little perverted eyeballs like the alien there.
Yeah.
I lost my whole background music. Let's get back to some good stuff here. There we
There you go. Well, when he sees Switch, he'll be all right with it. Switch and, I've got Switch, and I have a.
This one's cool.
Yeah, that was Adam Miller there. That's also going to be added to anybody that backs because of lateness. I'm going to make that one.
Which just allow me to remind everybody, Coop did a character autopsy video on Switch. So if you want to go check that out on his channel,
Yeah.
you get to break down who she is and what she's like and what she's all about.
Yeah, she's actually an SJW senator's daughter. And she is hilarious. Fun to write. Totally clueless. But she's fun to write. But
Corey says nice. I think he's pleased. Yeah.
But the funny thing about Switch's powers is she can either cancel you or boost you, but she can't control it.
She has the power of cancellation.
She'll either kill your powers for 15 minutes or so, or she'll boost you beyond your own limit.
So it all depends on her polarity of the moment then.
Yeah, there's like if she thinks that she's gonna boost you, then she'll probably boost you. But if she has doubt, then she might just cancel your powers.
Oh, so it's not fully under her control. Like it can her intentions can backfire.
She's basically a chaos agent, essentially.
She's a walking, talking chaotic disruption emitter.
Yeah,
that's a wild card.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I did a. We were coming up with a RPG at one time, where we were going to invite people on to bring their characters, and so I plugged Ironsides, and you basically, this character, you'd have like your primary character, but you have 3 support characters, and she was one of my support characters.
Oh yeah.
And I needed a boost like really bad, so I was like, okay, I'll do switch, but you're gonna have to roll see if she either boosts him or kills it, right? And I rolled like a 1. It was like bad. And so I was like, he's like, oh yeah, well your character has no powers for the next 4 rounds. And I was like, damn it.
That's the cost. So what is it like? It's not a 50-50 chance, I would imagine. Like she would probably have a low chance of canceling you.
There's evidence that it really depends on her confidence level. That if she believes in herself long enough if you can convince her to believe in herself long enough, then the chances of her boosting you go up.
Wait, so you guys are sponsored by a corporation, then it somehow works. Right?
Yeah. Well,
you want to keep blowing smoke up her derriere, then.
Yeah, you got to feed her confidence.
Well, the problem is she's such an egomaniac to start with. It's like really, you can't really like coddle her, you know. But it's really fun. She's a real fun character to write because she has like no perspective on reality. But every once in a while, when she's not thinking about it, she'll do something extremely heroic. When she's not thinking about it, when it's instinct, she'll do something heroic. And so it's like on some level, she's got redeeming quality to her. But
I could see some redeeming qualities to her.
Yeah, well, that's America Bliss. That's not Switch.
Oh, that's not Switch. Okay.
No, that's not Switch. No, that's America Bliss. That's so
do you have you don't have an image of Switch on the campaign page?
I do.
Hold up, I have an image. Hold up.
Not on the campaign.
Hold up, I got an image.
Uh-oh. What's up, Wookie?
Hold up.
No, actually, that's her right there. That's her above there.
No. Hold up.
Oh, is it?
Right above Ironsides. That is her.
Oh, okay.
No, this is the real image. We all know it. Hold up.
Damn, Billy. That's
No, that is not her.
Gorlock. That's the Gorlock the Destroyer, Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close, but I don't think that's her there.
No, that's yeah. That's her. That's her right there. She's kind of like a young Parker Posey. She kind of looks like a young Parker Posey, but
Corey.
Corey's like, what the fuck, Billy?
My eyes.
Who the heck took number one crown? This is rigged.
Okay.
Listen, Corey, you have to earn your crown, okay?
Yeah.
You can't just be chilling in the chat.
Yeah.
You have to be, running circles.
I'm gonna do an art stream soon, and I'm gonna make sure fucking Corey gets on there so I can just find the worst fucking like modern drill.
Oh, that'd be nice to get an art stream going with Corey. And the theme, the subject of our art could be Gorlock the Destroyer, right?
Mm.
No, man. Yeah. I think she's came to Jabba the Hutt. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was somewhere on YouTube they did a video where when
It's the one that blew up.
talking.
Right.
But I was hoping I was really hoping she would step away from social media, get in shape, slim down, and come back unrecognizable. Like,
Well,
like
the only problem is it's not a she.
Yeah, it's a he.
It's
that's a
he.
dude.
Yes.
That's a dude.
Yeah, Gorlock the Destroyer is a trans, like a dude pretending to be a woman.
Yeah.
It's the thing is with that amount of fat on you, you can't tell the original gender.
No.
Especially when you have pink stuff on and girly stuff.
Yeah, I keep waiting for the umbaba, yubaba.
I just thought it was some chick that spent too much time eating bonbons watching soap operas.
No, I think people found out really
Some
quick.
dude that spent too much time eating bonbons and watching soap operas.
Yeah, they found
Yeah.
the guy's yearbook and everything, and it's crazy. Like I don't know how people.
That's definitely a dude.
How do you get that level of confidence? It's like completely like this is delusion through the roof.
It's called mental illness.
Clearly,
It's called also having like shitty friends who just enable it, and no one says, "Hey,
Yeah.
stop." That's what happens.
This ain't it. This ain't it, dude. This is not it. No. But
yeah, Tenkage, you can send me the cash for that crown the usual way.
there you go.
Should we set Gorlock up with Patrick?
That might be it. Well, you know, Orlock's got what he's looking for.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Corey doesn't like when women wear, clothes. That's a big turn
Well,
off.
I'm sorry, but she's kind of a hoodie girl. Hoodie.
Yeah, she's
all
giving me a
Yeah, but she can be a hoodie girl with lingerie, which you're missing.
compromises. She's giving me that hiker vibe. Like she's
Trust
kinda
me, her. Well, trust
stealthy.
me, she does. When she puts the armor on, she looks really good. She really does look good.
Oh, see, we need some shots with the armor.
Oh, I think I turned Patrick's stomach harder than I meant to.
Which comment you talking about, Patrick?
Probably when I said set Gorlock up with Patrick.
See, Tenkage's got number one. Is it Ancestry, maybe?
What was that from, Billy, where you fooled him?
Yeah, this is what I think of when I see Corey's reactions a lot of the time when he gets upset. Every time. I just think of that meme.
Yeah, it's. I gotta make an extra cover with a babe on it now, just to please Corey. Obviously, I gotta have an extra cover.
Bunny froze, by the way.
Oh, you frozen? Did we lose you? Oh no,
There he is. There he is. We got him.
lagging a little bit. We're all right. It's under control, folks.
I think the Corey one broke him.
Yeah, I mean, well, bringing Gorlock on stream is it's not good for.
Well, no, that's not the one that
anybody's
broke
mental
him. It was the uncomes meme. The cat.
I thought he put the comment before you, brother. All right, see, we have to cleanse everything now, folks. And you know how we do that? We're gonna bring a little bit of Sabrina.
Now, when Patrick sees that clip, now you can play that meme for him.
Yeah. Well, Patrick knows that one's real. What was it you baited him with, Billy? That was an anime, right?
Yeah, it was
An anime trans girl.
Rana. I forgot what her name was. Sylvia. She's a fucking chimera in the show, so she's actually a fucking dude. Shapeshifts. And I baited him with the picture of that, and he gave her an 8 out of 10, folks. 8 out of 10.
I will, Corey. I already have the idea in mind. I'm just going to do it after this cover. Probably finish the pencils here because I got to keep this one on the table because I got my perspective marks on it. So I got to finish the buildings and then I can get started on the next one. It's going to be a good one, dude. I'm bringing the hot Russian psychic spy with Rattel. He's got a throne. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. She's wearing clothes, though. I'm just going to tell you right away. But or I could maybe have her coming out of the shower. Maybe that's for episode 2. We'll see. I don't want to give too much. Billy, what did I tell you about changing my name during the stream? Damn it, Billy.
I got to check mine too. Okay.
Wrangler seems to be okay.
All right. Coop, I was wondering if I could ask a question. If this is like spoiler elements and you don't want to say, I understand. But what is it that kept Colonel Ironsides from trying to power up for so many years? What prevented him from accessing his abilities? Hey, Shadowpunk.
He was basically lied to.
Nice to see
and
you, Shadow.
because he was a good soldier and followed orders, he never really tried it.
So he was gaslit out of using him pretty
and
much.
So, basically, one of the things that they told him was basically you can still be part of the spear, the part of protecting America, but you can't be a hero anymore. And so, to keep your job as an analyst, we're going to put you in the chain of command and make you a Colonel Ironsides. And basically he because he was seeing things happen, when he analyzed something, it changed policy and people were, he was protecting people by that. But then over the course of a few years, he started seeing things happen that he predicted and nobody did anything about it. And so the guy that was over him finally, kind of like mouthed off to him that we do it all by computer now. You're a fossil. So he basically said that's we do our threat analysis by computer. You're obsolete. And so he went and wrote his resignation, put it in the guy's pocket, lifted him off the ground with one arm, and told him, next time you do a threat assessment, do one on me. You'll find it informative. Lowered him to the ground and walked out. And on his way home, he intervened for the first time in all these years. And the hand that he thought was never going to work again suddenly started moving.
Yeah, because you got to have one of the hands is like
powered up.
Crystal.
Yeah, he was in a sling all that time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in a sling the whole time. Basically, just things would happen around him, but he assumed that was because of his gravity power. But he didn't realize that because he never really powered up and tried it. And it's kind of like the elephant that never tries to peg. That when it's a little child and
phrasing.
Well, never tries the stake that they put in the ground. Okay, it never tries the stake that they put in the ground, and so when it's a gigantic elephant, and if it just barely moved, it pull the stake out and it never tries it, because when it's something similar to that, and it's probably a form of depression. Because he had that value. This is her in her armor, by the way.
That's a switch, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Purple, blue, metallic.
She does
colors.
okay.
All right, I'm waiting for Corey to say it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey.
He's gonna say. We know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say it, but we know what he's gonna say.
The same exact thing he said about Sabrina when he saw her picture the other day. last week.
Yeah, too many clothes. Too many clothes. I got you. Yeah. Well,
No,
it is armor.
Isn't that?
Something different.
I'll get mentioned. But there would be another two things that he finds.
Here it is.
Or you
Here
know
it
what
is.
the other one is. Come on. Go ahead.
Here we have it.
Yeah, it is armor. I mean, yep, two covered up. Yeah. Yeah. He wants his armor like a Red Sonja, I guess.
Yeah, so it's like the less armor a chick has on, the more powerful she is in comic book logic. Too much.
Well, yeah, he wants Witchblade. I'm sorry, but
Is that pink? It looks more like purple.
Yeah, it's kind of purple. I think you
Ah,
want
there
more.
we go. Fucking knew it. Told you.
Yeah.
jokes could be bigger.
Okay, we know that this is the real Corey. He has not been kidnapped by aliens.
She's just a double D. I'm
Check
sorry,
it out.
she's just a double D. She's kind of like my world's Paris Hilton. Okay, you know,
There you have
she's
it.
like a
Oh, well,
Kardashian.
that is a really cool looking getup she's got, though.
And Corey wants to see
Yeah,
the back
yeah.
view as well.
I don't know that I don't have a back view though.
So
But-
Corey asks, how can you
Let me
reference
see
the
here.
butt size for the comic? So an artist is going to need a rear view, I think.
Uh,
Oh, okay, you have her with
How about
the,
that one? How
with
about
the
that?
hoodie.
Is that better?
Oh, that's a nice one. I like that one.
The all
That's a
new
cool one.
Victoria's
So-
Secret. zip
That's
up
Anthony Figaro.
Anthony Figaro. Okay.
That's definitely more purple.
Yeah.
Shit.
You need to adjust your monitor, Corey.
You might be colorblind.
There you go.
Oh, Tenkage's egging Corey on in the chat.
Well, hopefully that's a little better.
Damn, man, that's some fighting words. Corey and Tenkage are just.
Yeah.
I really like. I really like this pick. By the way, this is a really cool one with the hoodie as well. She looks like
Thank
almost like a stealth character.
Mhm.
Because she's probably not very resistant.
Well, it's
She
just
can't get
it's
in the heat of battle. She's only a support character.
She kind of almost her
Well,
style would fit in
that's-
with the Dreadnought from G.I. Joe.
yeah. Well, I
Oh,
mean, I don't know. You know, everything I do is pretty practical, and you know, when I go with a character's appearance, I don't go for like whatever's sexy. I just go for what this character would wear. You know, I've got a character who's like a college professor type, and he wears like ugly jackets, ugly tie, you know, and red Converse sneakers. Okay,
And you,
Because that's
you
what he
also
would be
have,
wearing.
You have a narrator type character who's called Mr. MacGuffin, right?
yeah, Mr. McGuffin.
Love
yeah.
that name, by the way.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
tell us
it-
a little bit about him?
Well, it's not really
No Wookiee, no more Gorlock Wookiee.
Well, Mr. MacGuffin is basically all you know about him is essentially he dwells outside of time and space, and he's kind of like Mr. Magoo in a way, except he can see. But he's just got too much going on. You know, too much time and space going on. In
There
the
you go.
story.
Here, you asked for it.
And
Now
so,
you can be disgusted by it.
Yeah.
See, Mr. Wookiee, this is what you get by asking for it. Billy's going to give it to you.
I think we all
Damn it,
just died
Wookiee.
inside again.
Yeah, well, whatever. I wear ugly jackets and ties and red sneakers. So there you go.
Now, what I was trying to figure out was Mr. MacGuffin speaking to the audience, or was he speaking to a character we haven't seen yet?
No, he's speaking to the audience, directly to the audience. Yeah, he's a fourth
Okay,
wall
first
break.
of all, Corey, what my fault? It was Wookiee.
Yeah, Wookiee asked for it.
Mhm.
We have to give the audience what they want,
Yeah.
which is a terrible predicament. Except when they ask for
Right.
Sabrina, that's aligned with the universe. Everything is all right during those moments.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
So, Corey, I'm gonna ask
Well-
you, how is Andromedoids coming along? We got to get that crowdfund up before the holidays. Got to get you financed so you can get drawing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see some bullets bouncing off them titties. There you go. We all want for it.
Well-
We're all looking forward for it.
I kind of like need a little bit of like a story or a little bit of a plot myself. Yeah.
Nerd.
Call me prosaic. So,
I'm sure Corey's got a plot. He's got
It's got 2 round plots. What are you talking about?
there's a plot
And a
of
good
Red Hard.
backstory, guys.
Yeah, he needed a.
he's
plot
probably
as
going to
an
borrow his
excuse
plot.
to
He's probably going to borrow his plot from the penthouse letter section.
Listen,
Don't give him ideas, you'll do it.
bury yourself in there,
Hey,
right?
there's a lot of good conspiracy theories.
There's going to be a pillow fight. There's probably going to be a pillow fight involved somewhere.
Well, conspiracy theories are actually not a bad place to get plots from. I'm convinced that after looking into Metal Gear Solid the last week, that Kojima just went deep in conspiracy theories, and there you go.
Have you been
Well,
playing
the
the new
AI
one?
at the end of at the end is kind of creepy as shit when it predicted a whole bunch of shit that we're doing right now.
All right. I didn't play any of them except for like the first one, but I remember somebody mentioning that the story was pretty close to a lot of known conspiracy theories, and a lot of general conspiracy theories turned out to be true.
Yeah.
So I just kind of did a biographical binge, and there was a time when he was just consuming book after book, and a lot of them based around conspiracy. So I think, there we go. Not
Well,
a bad spot. Not a bad spot.
Well, conspiracy theories are coming true so often these days. We
Oh,
might as
yeah.
well call them future history.
Right?
You know,
I call them spoilers.
Proven,
Spoilers, yeah.
proven conspiracies, man.
yeah.
No longer theory, just proven conspiracy.
Yeah. But the meaning of the word has changed. Like if you
Right?
if you say to just a normie, it's a conspiracy, they're not going to think, oh, it's something that people have gathered together and conspired about. They're going to think, oh, it's a made up story on the internet that we
Tinfoil
have
hat.
to.
Wookie, I don't think they would survive that long, the zombies, after they ate Gorlock. Okay.
Oh, that would be awesome. Gorlock versus the zombies. Wookie, that's yeah. I don't know why your mind is focusing on Gorlock, but that is an interesting question. I will give you that.
It's Patrick in disguise, guys.
It's his alt account. Yeah, I think Patrick's been playing a lot of Metal Gear Solid. Like you have number 5 came out recently.
Recently? Not recently.
I mean, if you want to save like better half of a decade recently.
I think
No,
it's-
there's a version that came out like a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, new edition.
it was a remake of the first game.
Oh, it's a remake.
Yeah.
10 years ago to the day.
To the day. So what's the new one that came out then? It's a remake?
A remake. The last game was...
That's what he says. Okay, the remake of 3. Okay, number 3.
Which number 3?
What do you mean, which number 3?
Wasn't it the first game that was remade?
There's like 3 Metal Gear Solid 3s, I believe. There's like Snake Eater, like some other ones.
Oh, they didn't remaster the first one? I thought they remade the first one is what they were doing.
It is Kojima, after all, And he's not the only one to do that. Any Legacy Kane fans know the difficulty of following a series with convoluted naming conventions.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Well, I
remaking
mean,
I thought that's what they announced like a while back. Why is it the third one now?
So Coop, or what's in the future for your comic? Like the comic's called Ironsides, right? Is that correct?
No, it's called community service.
Oh, it's called Community Service. Okay.
Yeah.
I think
the first.
the link.
So are you
Yeah.
going to be doing like a series of them? What's kind of like, because you're about to
Well,
release this one? What's in the
Yeah.
future?
The first three books is the first day of the revolution, basically. The first one's called Preambles. The second one's going to be called Articles, and the third one's going to be called Amendments. And this is all like the same day. It's just going to basically launch the universe, and I also have a kind of a Gotham City in my my world. That's the Free City of Northport. And so I have several stories that are set there. So
is it physically geographically in a specific location, or do you kind of keep that vague for story purposes?
Well, the first one's located in a shipyard in Baltimore.
Okay.
But the whole entire thing's about basically it's a if there's a theme to it, it's essentially that what price is safety? Is freedom, sacrificing freedom worth the price of safety? And because they basically enslaved a whole group of citizens for their own safety, and by doing that for their own safety, they diminished themselves. They diminished freedom itself. And so Ironsides is basically going to risk his life to try to basically save a bunch of criminals just to prove a point. And so in my world, there's this one group that like controls all the media. They control all the military. They control, they're pretty much the deep state, essentially, and they're called the Eclipse. And the leader of the Eclipse could be anybody. He's basically a computer virus, living computer virus, essentially. And so you don't really know who he is until he reveals himself. And so this whole entire thing, there's this plot running through that Sidewinder, who seems like he's turned his back, and he's kind of like turned his back on the Freedom Five, and he's the guy that caused the Ironsides to be ambushed. And you're going to find out that maybe he's not quite the turncoat you think he is. And so it's a complicated plot. It's got like 13 different levels.
Nice.
It's taken me a long time. It's like taking me a long time to kind of like get the balls in the air and juggled, but I'm about to land this first chapter, and because if you don't do the right by the first book, then a lot of people aren't going to pick up the second.
Yeah, I mean, it's the cornerstone. It's like you're building a cathedral. It's like if you get the first one wrong, everything, the other ones aren't going to be right.
I've never picked up another Inglorious Rex. That first book was so bad.
Really? I liked it.
I don't give a shit what they are. Well, I mean, there's plot holes you could drive a transfer truck through. When I point them out to you, you'll see them too. So I'm not going to do that if you enjoyed it. I won't do that to you
some other time. Yeah, but no, I'm curious. No, I did enjoy it. But I must say, I am an art first guy. Obviously, being an artist myself.
Well, yeah, that's probably why you liked it so much. I mean, our artists that just like the art, they're basically art fetishists. The plot could be there or not. I mean, I had this conversation with Joe Sontag, and he's basically like, I don't care if there's a plot or not. I just love the art. I was like, well, you get what
I think we had a similar conversation with Corey. He said, "I don't care
Well,
if there's
Corey's the
blood
exact
or not, I
same
just
way.
like the babes."
Corey's the exact same way. So, as long as the art's good, he don't give a shit. Me, I mean, I'd like to have both. We used to have both. And so I want to get us back to where we have both again.
Yeah, I mean, when you have both like good art and a great story,
It shouldn't be an either or.
Well, this is the thing right there. See, when it's this kind of piece, this is the same criticism I hear when it comes to movies. We always used to hear, "Well, I like the themes." When I heard that, I said, "Okay, so it's a bad movie because a movie is visual and audible and storytelling."
Yeah.
You can say you like the art, but you're not looking at a single illustrated piece. You got to remember this. Even here, I'm making the same mistake. Writing is art. The plot is art. The execution of story beats is art. And if you're buying a comic, all of those can degrade the illustrations, or they can lift them up. I have a perfect example of a comic I couldn't even finish. I bought all the issues. The art looked fantastic. The plot was excellent. It was called Aztec Ace, about essentially a gentleman going throughout time, fixing intentional errors through time made by a organization trying to destroy them, and his home base is essentially the Aztec Empire. And it's really cool. The artwork's really great. The story sucked so bad I couldn't continue it.
Good pacing also helps very well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mentioned pacing, yes.
Yeah. So Corey asks, should I do a super hot bikini cover for Andromedoids just cause?
You're going to anyway without our permission.
Didn't you already do one?
Just do it. I mean, geez. I mean, you saw the one he did for Immortal Rising. I mean, that was Corey Barton, the blue chick. That was Corey. So.
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
we have to review that.
Tielemon, yeah.
He has taken a lot of poops in the bathroom while he was thinking a lot.
We're going to be reviewing that book shortly.
Sure, yeah.
So Corey, you should actually do a super hot fold-out cover of a bikini girl.
I am going to say this though. I think Powell Roderick's Perfect 10 might have him beat on the butt.
Might have what?
It might have Corey Barton beat on the butt. I mean,
beat on the butt. See, I ordered the art book.
10's butt is like the most perfect in comics.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you say that because I ordered the art book when we interviewed Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be getting it this September. So anywhere from next week to the end of September is supposed to arrive. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for it, man. I'm looking forward to it.
She's supposed to be like a perfect 10. And, I mean, she is about as close to perfect as you get comic-wise. I mean, she really is.
He's got a very stylized look as well. Like his look is very unique. You can recognize.
You can tell a genuine comics character.
Yeah,
he's got a very distinctive style. A language.
Yeah,
design language.
They're done with Perfect 10 for the moment with issue 6, and I think the same team is going to be working on a new project shortly. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be.
I know of about 4 projects that he has in the works right now with the different teams. So he's doubling down. He's hitting the accelerator. He's not. He's not back.
Maybe they should do all the fans a favor and have Perfect 10 team up with the Andromedoids.
Well, Corey's got to push out the Andromedoids now. We got to get them on all cylinders, as they say.
A plot he's thought about for a long time. Okay.
So is there any comic book series that you're very much into these days, Bunny? Like which ones are your favorite ones from the indie space? Maybe that's a hot button question. You don't have to answer that.
No, I'm perfectly willing to answer that. The best book I got from the indie space is probably Shadowpunk.
Really interesting. I haven't seen that one yet.
He had a 9-minute 3D animated movie that he spent 4 years rendering to go along with the book. And if you watch that and then read the book, It is the biggest gut punch I've ever seen from comics, and the angles that he takes, the perspectives that he uses, and he even his lettering is just next. It's Eisner level.
Hey, Frederick.
And is he an artist first? Like, is he artist on his own book, or is he a writer?
He's a writer artist.
Okay. Oh, also both. Yeah. Okay.
Plus, he does 3D figurines that'll just make your jaw drop. I mean,
I've heard that. What did you say? What were you going to say, Billy?
Yeah, let's do the reverse of that. You know which mine is, Frederick. You know which one.
Well, I'll also say Shadow Symphony from Eric Nowakowski is awesome. My favorite series of all of it's probably Hybrids, Sons of the Gods from Luke Stone. Big fan of that series. The writing's just incredible. And I will say that anytime Stump comes out with a comic, I'm there first day.
I don't know Stump.
Stump is my favorite big man in all comics. He's basically this humans got like stolen from Earth and taken to a far away planet to become like forced labor, and while they're on that planet, the planet has higher level of gravity, and so for generations they've been living in that higher level of gravity, and it just made them like super strong and super tough.
Right.
And one of them like crash lands back on Earth, but he's kind of like this straightforward kind of Midwestern kind of guy, and he wears like flannel and jeans basically, but he didn't have those shoes fit his feet. And his massive hands too.
Reminds me of Pitt. Pitt's got
exactly. It's very similar to Pitt. But his first solution to everything is, well, reckon I'll hit it, then I'll decide if it doesn't go down. That's pretty much the way he solves his problems. But he's actually got an engineer's brain. But it's just a great character. But anytime I see those Stump, I'll back at. Now, I do like Phenomenova.
Von Coleman.
And I also like Heroic Tales from John Bua, also known as John's Long Box. And I will also anything of Vaughn from Rise Again Comics puts out is probably a back for me. The guy did Monster MD and Terror in the Trenches. Vaughn, I think it just goes by Vaughn, but he's just incredible.
The same Vaughn that does all the a lot of trailers as well.
Yeah, same Vaughn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got a really good style. Like he does interesting. Yeah. I've been meaning to pick up some of his stuff. There's more interesting stuff than my budget can allow.
Well, yeah, he's but yeah, Terror in the Trenches is just it's basically the Executioner in demand or in public domain character, and but he did his own version of it.
Yeah, a couple of people take that approach.
Yeah,
don't you have something similar like in the comic that you share on your page? You've got the Lone Ghost Rider, right?
Yeah, the original Ghost Rider. Brian Rex Fury. The original Ghost Rider, yeah.
So he's on a horse instead of on a flaming motorcycle, and there's no skull in this one.
Well, that was the original. It came out in Ted Holt magazine back in the 20s or 30s. But he heard the song Ghost Riders in the Sky. And there was this he already had this character called the Calico Kid that just wasn't like people just weren't interested in. And so he had an idea to transform him into a character that was like a false, but because of the comic code, he couldn't be truly supernatural. But he fought like things that everybody thought was supernatural, but it turned out to be kind of like Scooby-Doo. Everything he fought wasn't truly supernatural. And
That comics code was super restrictive, man. I don't think people understand how
it was. And so I wrote. I basically my story is basically if that it's a Ghost Rider story, original Ghost Rider story. If he could go into the supernatural, and so I was like, what would be that character if you could do supernatural stuff with him? And so I kind of did a postscript of the original Ghost Rider, but that's coming out and out of obscurity. It's going to go to print shortly, and so.
And that's a separate book from community service, though.
Yeah, that was a compilation book. Several of us got together and did it. It's just a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun doing some original IPs, like J.K. Trotter, your buddy from last week, did a character called Super Guy that came from Charlton Comics, but when DC bought out Charlton Comics, he didn't take that character with them because they already had Superman, and so he wrote that guy, but aging normally. He would be in his 80s now, and so imagine a Superman type guy, but he's 80s. He's still wearing the same uniform, but it's sagging now, and he's ever been as powerful as he ever was, but now he's senile, and it's just a brilliant character.
And he's probably not taking anybody's shit at this point either.
Well, if he says "get off my lawn," he pretty much, he's gonna blow you off his lawn with his breath, But it's brilliant. He's just brilliant. There's also in Out of Obscurity, my friend Hojo did the Korak, son of Tarzan story. There's a story, The Clock, the original pulp detective, comic pulp detective. He predates The Shadow. That was done by RJ of Critical Blast. And there's several stories in there. The Tower That Time Forgot, updated to the future by the guy who did Immortal Rising. But
Aaron C.
Aaron C. Yeah. But it's just a lot of fun. Just a bunch of guys getting together and doing, taking an in-domain or in public domain character and just putting their own spin on it.
So you're all doing it separately, or is this like a compendium?
Well, we did it all separately. We put it together.
Okay. So people are going to buy it as one thing.
Well, I don't think I keep trying to get Luke to do a second, a second chance campaign, but Luke's so sick of it at this point. He's just going to put it out. But he put an extra content for the people who have been waiting. It's just been a millstone around his neck because we've had people kind of jump into the project and then jump out, and anybody tells you to put a compilation together is a nightmare.
Yeah, like dealing with one artist is already your hands are full already.
But you're dealing with a writer, artist, multiple writer artist teams, and so if the writer flakes out, you got that problem. If the artist flakes out, then the writer has to find a new artist, and that happened multiple times. And it's just it's a hassle, and Luke was running FMC at the same time, and so he's just
he's got his hands full. I mean, he's doing music, he's drawing comics as well. He's doing
he's working on the next hybrids. I actually wrote him a short story for a hybrids compilation that he's drawing right now. That's going to come out probably next year.
Okay, so on top of your own comic, you're kind of collaborating a lot.
Well, I've got 4 or 5 scripts out there right now that I've written for people that may or may not see the time of day, and I've also done script editing for multiple people. And so it's weird, but I think if everything comes out at one time, people are going to think that, I multiplied and cloned myself because I've got like so many scripts with so many different people right now. So I'm in demand in a way. I'm just not known, yet. So
Yeah, it takes a long time to get known. But I mean, I've been seeing you more and more around the space. Like I didn't know in depth who you were or anything about your work yet.
yeah,
But it's like I think just being on Twitter, you get to see. Like I think Aaron's really good at marketing. I mean, to be honest, like because Corey Barton in the chat, I don't know if you knew, but he's the one who drew the blue lady on on the
Tilly
cover.
Mong, yeah.
Yeah, so Aaron I found like extremely good at marketing. He was seeing his stuff like all over my feed for the longest time.
Well, I'm going to
And
be.
I'm not complaining.
I'm probably going to be seen more often because, I was trying to cohabitate with my housemate, trying to be respectful of his timing because he had to go to bed early because he had to get up early to go to a job. He had to drive almost 45 minutes one way just to go to work. And common story, but he passed away July the 25th, and so I moved into the house that he bought. He just out of the blue, he bought a house while he was in the hospital, and his family's asked me to live in it, for a really extraordinarily cheap rent. So, I'll basically, because I don't have to worry about, his job and, taking internet away from him or whatever. I'm pretty much going to be streaming a lot more, probably getting on a lot more shows and doing a lot more of my own show. So who knows? People are probably going to get sick of me in the next little while. So,
so can you tell us a little bit about
bringing back the character Autopsy?
Well, I'd like to. I just got to where you were the only person that was watching,
No, Wookiee was watching too.
Wookiee was watching too, yeah.
Who else was? Who else? There was somebody else jumping in there pretty consistently. I just can't. I'm blanking on who it was.
Well, I mean, I could bring it back to like I said, I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. I was really trying to be respectful to him, so I was only doing it like 3 times a week. And, I've still got Cryptids and Conspiracies on Saturday night with Wookiee and his crew.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Corey Barton was in there with us.
Yeah, there you go. But, I may bring it back. I was hoping that I'd get more participation because I wanted to do not only like in like public domain or public characters, but I wanted to do like independent characters too, and like have people on and do an autopsy with them with their characters. And and I always find it infinitely fascinating for people to, show their characters off. Because I think we're IP motivated more than we're character motivated, and that's why Marvel got launched into the stratospheres with the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, think of the pattern, okay? First of all, Stan would think up basically a alliterative name, a profession. They would all be scientist, lawyer, doctor, whatever, And then he would think of a defect that they have to overcome. And then basically the defect was kind of like diametrically opposed to them. Okay. And so think about it. I mean, that pattern, if it falls true with Matt Murdock.
Oh, yeah.
Because Matt Murdock, alliterative name, profession, lawyer, blind justice, he's blind. Justice is blind. He's a lawyer. Okay. Stephen Strange. Got the alliterative name. Profession, doctor. But he messes with his hands get messed up. and he's a man of science, but he's a magician. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, Bruce Banner, literal name, scientist. Okay, but he's a man of a passionless. You know, science is supposed to be passionless. Science is not supposed to be emotive, right? And yet here he's a screaming rage monster. Okay, and he's also a weak guy who becomes an extraordinarily strong creature.
Well, hold on. What do you mean, Bruce Banner? I thought it was Dr. David Robert Bruce Banner.
Okay. Sorry.
I mean, how many names ended up on him at the end
I'm
there?
sorry. It's well, I think David Banner is just I think they changed it to David for the television show.
Right.
But his name is
somewhere else. Robert got added in there, and in the comics, when they did a headstone for him, they put every name, like a series of middle names. They put them all in there in one shot.
Well, they decided that Bruce Banner was too gay.
Yeah.
And so they went with David.
I think it was Stan Lee himself who said that, right?
Now, I don't know. I don't know that, but Bruce Banner was named by Stan, so I thought it was Stan.
No. I mean, I think it was an interview I was watching with Stan Lee when he was mentioning why he wasn't named Bruce in the show, and he said, "Well, they thought the name Bruce sounded kind of gay."
Yeah, that's yeah. Stan said that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But I mean, you see it. You know, I mean, they basically they carried that pattern through, but the character was like the whole entire thing. You know, because the characters were like they started with the character, and then the stories were what happened to those characters.
Right.
And now what they do is they decide what's going to happen, and then they plug characters in, and that's why it's so screwed up now.
Yeah, and if anybody doesn't think character itself is very important, look at Super Smash Bros. You got all these different characters. They have the pretty much same control scheme, but people have their favorites. They flock to that game because they love the characters. That's what sells that whole game. So characters make everything work. Without that, the rest is just all flat.
Well, look at comic books in general. You know, it's all character.
Oops, sorry about that. That was louder than I expected.
Yeah, that was pretty loud. Well, I mean, the thing that I think we're missing a little bit, and with some of the comics that I'm seeing right now, is the visual is pushed so far that it's almost irrelevant what character they're putting in. It's like I see, like an example would be Snowman. That book is beautiful. Okay, art wise, next level. I mean, I got Snowman Cold Day in Hell, right?
Yeah.
The plot was rudimentary, and there's absolutely no characters in that series. You know, they're basically just they're either like the people that with plot armor or cannon fodder.
I ran into that with a short story or a short comic book run. It was supposed to be a gritty detective, and art-wise, it was there. It was great.
Right.
Story was flawed. Characters were cliche. Everything was cliche all the way through. It felt like a bad 80s movie with gore and backwards. That's about it.
The book that I kind of hold up to the standard of what I want to achieve every time out is Batman Year One.
Yeah. That
book is so perfectly balanced between character and visual that if you diminished either one, it would ruin the book. Because
that's what makes a good comic book. It's it's not one or the other.
No,
it's
both.
not. Yes, it's both.
Both and. I mean,
that's why you don't ever hear anybody say, wow, I saw a real great comic book. I read a good comic book.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think if we want to kick anime's ass, getting that writing, the writing and the art, is something
I'll
that
be honest, like
comics do better than anime.
Western art styles are definitely, to a large degree, much more complex than Eastern art styles, but theirs is made to be drawn fast because it focuses on the story, the characters, and the visuals are good. Visuals ain't bad. They're not skipping on the visuals. That's what keeps it great. No. But they as good as the visuals are, so is everything else. It is a book. Right. It is more than it is the sum of its whole. It's brilliant.
Well, see, I mean, between the European style, which is like to come out like once every two years, and every single panel is painstakingly drawn and crafted, and when it comes out, it's like a work of art and writing and everything. Between that like level of that anal level of detail, and anime, which is a qualitative. Or quantitative, basically. They just put them out book after book after book after book. It's meant to be read and disposed of, right? And I think Western comics really dwells right in the middle of that happy medium, if it's done right. Yeah. But they've let a whole bunch of idiot activists take over the comic book industry. And the art is still there. That's pretty much every industry, yeah.
There's got to be a name for it. The woke phenomenon, the woke infestation, something, because it just flooded every industry.
I call them locusts. I call them cultural locusts.
Because and it came out of nowhere.
They swarm in, they strip everything of sustenance, and then they leave it a dried husk and look for a new source of sustenance. And they're drawn to power.
And the crazy part is they don't mean to rip it of sustenance. They want to use it like a thing monster and
like
very parasitically just survive off of its fame. And somehow, some way, all these accolades and years of grown fandom will just shift over to us. We will be its inheritors.
Right.
You're its destroyer.
They don't want to build anything. They don't want to maintain anything, but they'll come into something that was built, pre-built and pre-established, and then they'll basically steal all the shine off of it, claim it was all them, and then run it into the ground, and then it's like, well, this ain't happening anymore. Let's look for something new, and so. You see this, they started, believe it or not, they started in fan fiction and then spread into like novels, and then they spread and then they spread into comics, and then they spread from there into television and movies, and then into games. So I also
don't believe that most of it was organic at all. I do believe
it wasn't organic. I mean, we literally have BlackRock telling you force mandating for the ESG funding.
Yes, definitely not organic.
Video games out of every fucking corporation was the most susceptible to it.
Well, I mean, you can look at Cracker Barrel, okay? Cracker Barrel, iconic brand. And, it's steeped in Americana, okay? And so what happens? The BlackRock basically acquires stakes in it. And then suddenly all the board gets flipped over to BlackRock people. And then what do? First thing they do is they destroy the menu. What made Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel. And then they use the lower price or the lower traffic that came because of the food being so bad, And then they're like, "Oh, we need to rebrand the whole thing." And so they bring in this chick who's like destroyed several other properties.
Huh.
They bring her in, and then she suddenly wants a Crate and Barrel Cracker Barrel. And so what did they do? They just remove anything Americana, Chip and Joanna Gaines, the decor, and then it's like, oh, we just want to get this new mythical modern audience that's has never showed up for anything. And it's just, this happens over and over and over. It happened with Bud Light. Happens, corporation after corporation after corporation.
It happened to Harley Davidson.
Harley Davidson, exactly. Same damn thing. What happens is BlackRock buys out stock. BlackRock or Vanguard buys out stock. They replace board members, that like family members, people who've been with the corporation forever, people who are maintaining the brand and have brand loyalty. They get rid of them. They bring in all these corporate raiders from outside, like one of the guys on the Cracker Barrel. One of the guys that they brought in of the board on Cracker Barrel worked for Disney. Okay, worked on a rebrand for Disney. But anyway, so essentially what they do is BlackRock and Vanguard are going into these corporations, and they own stock in all these corporations, and they switch out the boards. They get rid of any kind of loyalty. They use DEI to do it. DEI is how they do it, and then they switch. As soon as they get rid of people who are going to protect the brand, as soon as they get rid of people who are going to say this is wrong, this is not us, and as soon as they can homogenize it, corporatize it, and neuter it, then essentially when they tank it, they make money because they shorted the stock.
And of course, they kick the U.S. in the U.S. economy in the shins by destroying some of its pivotal institutions.
And they always go after the things that conservatives and patriots love.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's what keeps the institutions.
You,
point at a left-wing institution.
I just want to remind you, the U.S. tax dollars, and I forgot what other country funded Dustborn.
Oh yeah,
Canada.
Do you guys hear about the propaganda video game that just went silent? It was about a family cross. Yeah, it's about human trafficking and trying to make it look all cuddly.
Except you're either being trafficked or you're a human trafficker.
And you're a good person. You're great.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not gonna do anything to hurt anybody.
Yeah. Okay. Let's the most disgusting, horrible, evil, vile human beings on the planet right now are coyotes.
Oh,
and they want to make them a protagonist.
Yeah, they're disgusting individuals.
They are vile. I mean, the things that if half of what I've heard that they do is true, they are Nazi level evil. I mean, they are just like, they are pieces of shit. They're human excrement. And they want to make those people the protagonists. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then I believe Asmongold made a video.
Yeah,
he exploded.
He did.
And did you see his reply afterwards when people were asking him about it? He had like a half-hour reply when he heard that, like, the pages were being taken down from this game.
Yep.
Just this whole thing. His reply was like, I guess the question is, did I deport it or abort it?
He's gotten really, really based. I mean, he was as lefty as anybody just a few years ago, but he was honest. He was like honest left, okay? And
Asmongold is very much a roll of the dice with what he says, but it's like you can see where he's coming from every single time, even if you don't agree with him.
If you don't agree with him,
he's a straight shooter, but sometimes he's got very normie, non-researched opinions on stuff. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
but I found him more and more interesting lately.
I
Well,
do think that's important though, and instead of just having somebody who's like sticking to a message every single time, like love him or hate him, Asmongold kind of sticks to what he truly believes. You can tell it.
Oh yeah.
He's genuine. I think that's what people like. He's just a
Yeah.
genuine idiot.
Well, see, that's the coin of the realm. That's the one thing that left can't figure out is being genuine is the coin of the realm. I mean, they still haven't figured out how Oliver Anthony music has managed to, without any kind of support whatsoever, get two straight hits that like top Spotify, and this dude's just from the backwoods of Virginia, and suddenly he's like world renowned. He's doing tours in Europe. I mean,
That's what the internet's really for, man. That's what it was for right there.
Well, it's just Tom McDonald's the same way. They can't figure it out. And the reason why is because if I were to meet Tom McDonald in the street, it's the same Tom McDonald that he is online. This has been proven over and over again. There's nothing fake about that dude. I mean,
they won't name him either. Like, there's an article that he just bumped Cardi B from the #1 spot.
Damn.
And they're like,
an artist,
an artist. Like, they're not going to name him. They do not want to give him any.
Well, you know the song he did it with, right?
I do not.
The Devil is a Democrat.
Damn.
That's the name of the song. That's the name of the song.
Pretty out there, man.
The Devil is a Democrat, man. Because there's enough people that said, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. I agree.
I'll still stick to the idea that the Democratic Party is not the Democratic Party today. Mainly, I think we're dealing more with the Democratic Socialist Party.
We're dealing with the Communist Party.
Yes. Because if we were talking, if this was like even 50 years ago, I would have probably called myself a Democrat. Today, fuck no.
Well, Donald.
Yeah, Trump was a Democrat.
Was a Democrat.
Yeah,
he was a Democrat.
He's a '90s Democrat.
Reagan was a Democrat.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is they shift the Overton window so far left that anybody with any kind of moderate in them whatsoever winds up on the right.
And it's not the first time either, because you mentioned Reagan. Reagan also shifted to the right as well back in the day for similar reasons.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's because Reagan hated big government, and it's like the Democrats suddenly started talking about bigger government. What did he say? What's the 5 scariest words in the English language?
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Yep. But I mean, that's the thing about it, though. My comic is that I guess my guy could be considered conservative. I mean, I guess, but it doesn't really dwell in political point of view. My comic is covering bigger themes than that, because he's got a guy who's basically a black civil rights activist in the same team with a backwoods redneck, and my team is like is screwed up as can be. SJW senator's daughter, is in the same team, and with a little Jewish kid, I mean, and it's just like the challenge is getting them all to play nice. But there's no political point to it, see? It's just telling a freaking story. And whatever comes out of that, whatever lesson people glean is secondary to telling the story.
That's a big thing that the that they construed it, because they the first salvos of wokeness, the woke infestation, was that everything was political.
Yeah.
But when it comes to artwork, because that is a lie,
Mm-hmm.
politics for a story is as much of a tool as anything else. It's a tool to the story. It doesn't have to be the core of the story, though some are, and they're called propaganda. Anything that is not, politics is just another tool. Politics is a part of the world building,
Right.
but it's not the core of the story.
Well, Andrew
the thing I can
Clavin
say
was.
is, X-Men.
Go ahead.
X-Men.
Mhm.
Tons of politics in X-Men.
Yeah.
It's about the characters.
Well, the thing about it is, though, is this has been pointed out by Chris Claremont, that X-Men really didn't have a political point of view. X-Men was just basically about anybody who is marginalized by society. Their value as a human being, and anybody can feel that, because we're all feel marginalized by somebody. And he's like, that made it universal. He's like, I wasn't thinking of minorities. I wasn't thinking of that in those terms. I was thinking of people who are different. Being marginalized by society.
Exactly.
And trying to fight for their own dignity.
Very big brush there.
Exactly. And then you had like one point of view where Magneto was like, take it. You got to take it. You got to force them. You got to basically conquer them and make them treat you better. And then you got Xavier, who's basically like, prove that you're better. Change their mind. It takes longer and it takes more effort, but it's longer lasting, because they won't rise up and come against you. They'll stand beside of you, and that makes all the difference in the world. Is basically being thematic has nothing to do with politics, and they just modern storytellers don't understand that, because everything's politics to them. Everything's politics.
I think some do understand it, but they don't want to believe it. I think that's also a big problem.
Well, they go in with a message to tell.
Right.
We go in with the same thing, in fact. And our message is usually, or I should say our driving force is to make a good story. I have these characters. I want to portray them the way I see them in my head as best I can with the medium I choose. Right. They have a message. They want to portray it as best they can, the medium they choose. And their message is cringe.
Yeah.
Well, and it's far from even a hot take anymore. It's like, it's not saying anything daring. It's just indulging a mental illness, if anything.
Oh, it's masturbation.
Well, I mean, the trans shooter over the weekend, okay? What was the biggest concern? The first thing that they were concerned about?
Trans people most affected.
Yeah. Don't misgender the shooter.
Trans
respect my pronouns.
This is the only time that they're going to actually see any nuance to anything at all to cover their golden cow's ass.
Well, the manifesto from the shooter said that the reason he was doing it is because he was so mad that he convinced himself that he was trans, and now he can't bring himself to detransition. And so, because then it would be right. And so,
did he have a Dragon Age the Veilguard moment?
I guess he did.
Moment when I looked myself in the mirror, I realized I was trans.
Well, the thing about it is what was, I mean, you watch some of the videos that he put out, and they try to erase them. They try to take him down, but people were able to, ripped him before they took it down. But he was like talking about stuff like he was like, I'm stuck here. I can't go back, because then they would be right, and I can't let them be right. And so what am I going to do is I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and prove them all right, or prove, and that's what he was doing. Essentially, he was like, I'm stuck in this where I absolutely can't let them win. And that's the political. That's that's what they're stuck in right now. They will rather die than the other side be right.
And that is the effect of storytelling, because somebody had to get those ideas through to him.
MK Ultra.
Yeah.
It's MK Ultra through Project Mockingbird, and it's brainwashed the entire generation.
Yeah, the trans thing
and they're
may be
breaking
one
down.
of the most destructive narratives ever weaved.
Oh yeah, yeah, because it basically is neutered an entire group of people, neutered them.
Yep.
And I mean, they'll never be able to have children. They'll never be productive members of society. They'll never be able to recover.
It's actually a very Marxist
identity
tactic, which is don't fight your enemy directly, manipulate it to where they destroy themselves from within.
Yep. And then blame themselves rather than you.
Yes.
And this population collapse is something so scary, and it's not being addressed nearly enough.
Well, the climate change, people don't know this, but the climate change death cultists, they've taken over a medical industry. They just put my friend to sleep. They absolutely, pushed him all the way to hospice and then put him to sleep. And they're doing it all over America.
Oh yeah, especially in Canada. In Canada, it takes 4 months to get a meeting with a doctor, but you can get killed within 3 months. So it's much faster. So would you like the faster option?
Yeah.
I mean, they're calling people who are on the list for benefits, an electric chair to go up and down the stairs, and they're trying to get them to accept
Kill themselves.
end of life, right? They call it MAID, assisted dying, right? And I talking to people who think it's a great thing. Oh, isn't it great? Wow, you get help, and on your way out, they don't see the diabolical.
You get help on your way out.
Bureaucracy
that
is.
That actually turns my stomach. The whole self-deletion booth.
And they think they sell it you get an injection and then you peacefully go out. But I've heard people describe it that it's kind of like you're paralyzed and you're going to be drowning for 24 to 48 hours.
With
so
Scott Adams, basically Scott Adams said that he was going to. He had got the stuff from California medical to self-delete because of his cancer diagnosis, and he was in so much pain. And then he tried one last treatment, and it turned everything around for him. But he actually did a video. He's like, today I was planning this day to be my last day. I had the stuff in hand that I got from the California medical establishment, CalMed. They basically given him a kit to self-delete. And he had already set a day. He'd already decided he was going to do it. But then there's this one last treatment he tried, this Hail Mary, and it changed everything around for him.
Yeah.
But
it's
America.
We're at the peak end of it, but this started 100 years ago. This started when the Rockefellers bought the medical industrial complex. They bought all the schools, they bought all the hospitals, and they got rid of medicinal treatments. And they were like, we have industrial byproducts from our aluminum manufacturers, and we have all these toxic stuff that we're throwing out. We need to turn it into profit.
Yeah.
So we need to turn this toxic garbage into pills that we give people. And that's the foundation of the medical system we're under now.
Well, I mean, I saw it with my own eyes. I mean, they just like they never put him in active treatment. They just basically they played whack-a-mole with his symptoms. And then when he got pneumonia in both lungs, they're like, "Oh, he's not going to recover. If we drain these lungs, then they'll just fill back up. So let's put him in hospice." And that happened right after his own insurance. They told him he was never coming back to work, so his insurance switched over to Medicare. And as soon as he was on Medicare, he was in hospice within a couple of days.
My mom got off of all medications, and she just went to take just a general test because she got like some symptom, and she went to the doctors and got checked out, and everything was tip-top shape. And the doctors like could not believe it. That you're not taking anything, no pills, nothing.
Yeah,
they got everyone on pills, man. Everyone, especially in the 70s. No one is not, healthy and living a natural life.
Well, I've got a friend of mine that I was just talking to yesterday, the same diagnosis, and they tried to stick him in hospice. And he took himself to another hospital, like way down the road that he'd been to before, and they put him in treatment, and he's still walking around. The exact same prognosis. But these people, they want to put him in hospice, and he's like, "Hell no, I'm not going into hospice. You're not putting me to sleep." And then he went down the road and he actually got treatment. I mean, it was rough on him, but he actually got treatment, and he's still walking around. My friend's in the ground, and it's just like that's just within a few hundred miles of each other. You know?
I know. I buried a close friend of mine last month.
Mm-hmm.
And she was same age as me. We were like, we dated in high school. Just to give you an idea. Like we were 8 days apart.
Mm-hmm.
And, but she lived in fear with the television always on, right? She was a chemist who decided not to work for the medical industry because she saw the corruption, but she put her life in their hands.
Mm.
And she got cancer, and they just gave her chemio. And like last time I saw her was just during the lockdowns, and she was like with her daughter and her husband, and she was like, her daughter was like, "What? Can I sit down next to him?" And she was like, "Of course. He's obviously vaccinated, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." She was like, "What are you, a conspiracy theorist?" And that was the thinking.
Welcome to Big Pharma world.
There's no other option than so it's sad because I didn't talk to her after that moment. I felt like there was such a big wall because I knew she was going to get sicker and sicker. Like even though she wasn't having cancer at that moment, I just had this ominous feeling that she was headed that way. And it's so sad, and you can't. There's a wall of disbelief. You can't even start a conversation because you're a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, exactly. People are programmed to completely ignore and fear your conversation, right? The topic.
Well, see, that's what I wanted to explore with my book, is the idea that fear can cause you to make compromises with your own humanity when it comes to other people, and I mean, if they told you, and this is what happened in Nazi Germany, this is what happened in communist Russia, this is what happened in China, it's happened multiple times throughout history, probably in Havana too. But basically, do you want it to? If you want to be safe, you have to sacrifice this small group of people over here. Just that don't have anything to do with you. If they're gone, it's not going to affect you one way or another. But to be safe, you have to sacrifice these people's future or their freedom, and just basically make it, because it's like me or mine. In the moment that you lose that feeling of solidarity with fellow human beings. The moment that you start walling your own humanity off and compartmentalizing, then they've won. Then they can get you to do anything.
Yeah.
And
They
oh, by
do
the
it
way,
through
eventually they're
fear.
going to come for you.
Yeah, they do it through fear. Like when you fill someone's mind with fear,
Yeah.
it turns off their reasoning capacity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fight or flight.
I think that describes a lot of the masks only crowd so well.
I still see masks
Full
around.
on, it's full on like irrational panic.
Mm-hmm. And it you know, we've got several people I work with that still wear masks, and it's like that doesn't protect you like at all. It's been proven over and over and over again.
Well, not only does it not protect you, it's actually what makes you sick.
Yep.
Exactly.
They're breathing in microfibers.
It's the it's the saliva particles that sticks to the fabric. So if you're already sick and you have that on, well, guess what? You put it on once you're better, you're a lot more likely to get sick again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just it's a placebo. And I mean placebos are it's been studied over and over again. There's two effects. There's placebo, I will help you, and then there's nocebo, which means will harm you. And they have found a way to weaponize both. And so they're like, this will keep you safe, this will hurt you, and there's no evidence to back either of them up. I mean, there's. I had a friend that went in COVID coma, so the Delta COVID almost took him out. But the only way they saved his life was they started ignoring the CDC.
Funny how that works.
Man, it's almost like placing your faith in a government agency isn't always the best idea or something.
Yeah.
No.
I have a message for the government.
So is this the last time we're going to see you because the Canadians are going to grab you?
Well, it's kind of a race between 51st state and total communism here.
Oh, yeah.
So the suspense is killing me.
Yeah. Well, that or the gulag will kill you. You know, whichever happens first.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm just here making comics. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm gonna have to say goodnight, but
Of course, my
all for having
friend. Thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure having you here, getting to know you a little bit, and hearing about your project, man. Because you got an interesting story to tell.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing you around. Now I can put a face to the mysterious alias that is Telepathic Bunny.
There you go. I'm around, man. I'm not the swirly-eyed bunny that you.
Exactly.
There's actually a human back here somewhere.
There is. And he's got a red beard.
Well, thank you, Mr. Otter. Thank you, Mr. James Jonas. What is it, Jonas? James, Mr. James, and thank you to Wrangler, my good old friend and mod. And I will see you guys next time.
Sounds
Welcome
good,
to my
man.
channel anytime.
That's cool.
God bless.
Take
God
care, my
bless.
friend.
Have a good night.
We'll see you around.
Hey, bye.
Squeak.
See ya. That was Telepathic Bunny, ladies and gentlemen.
Diving
Gonna miss
down the rabbit hole. There he goes.
The
Oh,
best
yeah.
money.
Yeah. And that brings us to the end of the show. So let's
Holy mommy fucking shit!
Oh, there they are. Look at these gorgeous sons of bitches.
And here we are to the end of the show. Thank you, Tenkage, for promoting community service. The link is in the description. It's pinned in the chat. Do check it out and give him some support if you like what you see.
Beyond the sea, it's a small little island with just people.
He's got like a free sample of the comic, so you can go check out and read 13 pages of it. I checked it out before the show, so take a look at it. Enjoy. There we go. Who's Tenkage, who has a mysterious way of holding onto that crown, which he'll have to teach us his ways.
How to game the live chat.
Exactly.
He's just that good.
He's mysterious and powerful. Speaking of mysterious and powerful, Lord Otter, you've got you've dropped some news this week.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. So
you can't know.
Can we play your trailer?
Yeah, for sure. Do you need the link?
Do you want to pull it up?
Let me see if I can share the link with you, and
yep,
that might be the best way because
let's do that.
Unfortunately, the sound is not going to carry through on my system.
No worries, man. We'll play it on this and comments. Why do I not see private chat? Oh, it's down here now. Tenkage's I am the usurper.
I am the usurper.
The usurper.
All right, let's see if this pulls up.
Pull it up.
There we go. And I'm going to paste it in the private chat.
I gotcha.
So instead of having a soundless trailer, you will get music with your trailer. You are
Which
welcome.
is the way we like it, because you got some. Well, I'll let people discover it.
Oh, this is Evelay, right?
Yeah, this is Evelay. I commissioned him to do it, and we agreed on an actual sum, but whenever I've asked him about it, he's just like, it's fine. Like, what? Okay, Evelay.
How dare he? All right, you guys see it? Let's full screen it and let's listen to this 56 seconds.
Unite as one. Till I fight my world tonight. My brother at my side. From what's the time to find? I may live and I may die. But my heart will never lie. From prophecy beyond the world. Light still unfurled. Passions talking lights are still there in the night.
That's badass. Oh, did I lose everyone?
Thank you,
Yes,
Sai.
you've lost us all. You've disappeared.
You're back.
I'm gone. I guess I'm just a shade of silver in the night.
Dude, that was freaking dope. Like, that chick with two heads. Like, what's up with that?
You'll have to find out,
I
okay?
knew you were going to say that. You otters are all the same.
Too mysterious.
Indeed. That's freaking cool, man. Really love it. Really love it.
Well, thanks, man. That was also James that did the editing. So a special thank you to James for all of the hard work there. It really came together well.
Anytime, man. It was real fun.
Nice. James, do you have a trailer of your own?
Not right now. At least not one that's public.
Right. Oh, you got one in the works, and that's not ready yet.
Yes. That one actually I might wait until the end of the year, get some of these extra stories out.
Cool. We'll be looking forward to it, as always.
Yes. Yeah, Otter was one of the few that took advantage of this month where I just kind of had extra time, and I just blasted it out there. Anybody need a free trailer, hit me up. It was like
Nice.
one of two.
Nice. I also created a trailer this past week.
Indeed.
Should we give it a
It
watch?
looks pretty swell, I have to
Yeah.
say.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Let me pull it up. Have a look at it real quick so I can get your feedback. I also got some good feedback from James. He was nice enough to give me some pointers from the initial version, the first draft, to hold on. I'm trying to figure out where it is at the same time that I'm talking to you guys. Talking and clicking.
Multitask. Can you mentally juggle it?
I cannot. I do not have the capacity to walk and chew gum. All right. And watch it on YouTube.
I'm on the rather asynchronous side myself.
Okay, I got it. So mine's got a little voice intro before. And I'd love to get your feedback on it. This is version 3. Let me share it. You'll recognize the voice in the beginning. Here we go. Let me just turn off the background music. There we go.
Thank you all so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate Frederick Gaumont. I'm just going to call him out tonight because, I don't know, I want to make everybody else jealous. And also, he's got a great name. Thanks for coming on, everybody.
Frederick Guimont. Okay, that is actually a really cool scene. I really like that. That's cool. Damn. That looks really cool, Frederick.
Frederick, what are you working on right now, man?
There you have it, folks.
Nice. Real sick, man.
Thank you.
Did someone do the music for you, or?
So this is a song that was already out there, and I asked the musician permission to use it, and he said he asked for a small donation. It was so small, I gave him even more. But I got his permission.
That's pretty awesome, dude. I'm loving how the trailer came together.
Thank you. Yeah, I actually met the musician when I went down to El Salvador because he's from a country in South America. I forget which one. And he was always like, I never saw his face. Like he was wearing a mask. Like he's total superhero, totally anonymous. Kept his identity secret, but yeah, met him on Nostr of all things. So Nostr, which is the kind of like the Twitter, except with instead of having an account, you have a cryptographic key to identify yourself, so you can remain totally anonymous on that platform, which is interesting. Thank you, Tenkage. Really appreciate it. So we'll be launching Saturday on Comicsgate Commandos. Patrick is coming back from his hiatus playing Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. And yeah, we'll be talking about Rattel, showing you some insights and probably getting into the story a little bit. And it's going to be a good time, man. I'm looking forward to it.
So, Patrick, is it a Metal Gear Solid 3 make or a Metal Gear Solid remake?
3 make?
Yeah, 3 make.
That's like, yeah, that kind of works.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, I bought a pack of those games recently. I'm gonna have to get into it. I've actually been. You're gonna laugh, Otter, because I was telling you this week that I'm never gonna play freaking what's it called? Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
And I started playing Harry Potter.
Oh.
I don't know. I got it. It's like as soon as we turned into September, I got kind of nostalgic for school and shit, and I was like, let me just grab it for $15 and just start playing around with it. I kind of like the idea of the fact that they have mods incorporated officially in the game. So I've been playing a little bit of that. Probably won't play a whole lot, but I've just enjoyed like walking around the grounds and all that.
One day I'm gonna convince you to play all of the Half-Life games. It's gonna happen.
I've got Portal.
Portal's good.
So
it is in the same world as Half-Life, but it's not Half-Life.
Okay. I mean, I got the ones you told me about on the wish list. So as soon as because they're going to be like on sale, some ridiculous 80%, 75% sale shortly, and we'll get around to it.
Yeah, I ended up finishing Black Mesa last week. They fixed what was the absolute worst part of the game with the original.
Yeah, the last levels you were saying?
Yeah, the last level is infamous for being not very good. This one, they changed it with like 4 levels.
And this was a mod as well, right?
It's a fan game, actually.
Fan game that was adopted by the original company.
Yeah,
Corey,
and
Corey's back. Did you miss my trailer, Corey?
Uh-oh. Corey, did you miss my trailer? Damn it.
I know, right? You're going to have to spend Saturday on Comicsgate Commandos and check out my trailer then, Corey. He's like, maybe.
He could just pull the stream bar back like a half inch and the trailer will play.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, listen to Corey. They made Zen so much better in that fan remake.
I love it, man. You need like a way for users to give feedback, and I'm talking programmatically, not just text-wise, not just comments, but people who can program, who can actually build stuff and fix stuff. That's so essential to games right now. That's really what I liked about the Harry Potter game is like you can add some mods that just do balancing mod. You've got mods that improve fighting. You've got new spells. You've got just a bunch of stuff that you incorporate and just fix the things you don't like about the game. I love that aspect of games nowadays.
That's actually really true. Like, as some of you may know, I've been getting into Ark Survival Evolved lately, which is like you survive on a big old island full of dinosaurs and prehistoric creatures. Then you later on get to tame them and shit. There's actually a lot of crazy mods. Somebody released a mod where it just gets all these famous kaiju and it puts them inside the game.
Also, Corey, if you're wondering, both of our trailers had babes in it.
Indeed. Like Otter has a babe with 2 heads, and I have a dancing babe in mine. So check it out.
Just so you know.
Viewer, what's it called? Viewers advised. Viewer
discretion is advised.
Discretion. Thank you, Wrangler. There are babes. See, Tenkage confirms it.
Corey's a Zen lover in the old game. So I don't hate Zen quite as much as everyone else, but I still don't think it's a good level. It is the part of Half-Life that makes me just want the game to be over so I can move on to Half-Life 2. I will say that much. It's not that bad, but it does make me just want to play Half-Life 2 instead.
Oh, you heard me, Corey. Check it out. Just rewind. Be kind. I'm speaking in fucking 1980s sound bites tonight. They should make a sequel called Babe Life, right? I mean, if they hired Corey, that's the way it would go. And they'd be all female scientists.
I would just get Corey to be the artist for my special comic book, Babelicious. There we go. I think I won on the internet.
Yeah, you're ahead of the game, Otter. Alex and mods. Many mods. Yeah, man.
So many mods.
Just discovering this year with I'm searching for my...
Welcome to the PC gaming sphere, Frederick. It's a wonderful, hellish place.
I'm a gamer now. I've got mods and more games than I can play. And
you're part of the master race.
Clearly. And I'm like building my library on the Steam Deck, and then eventually I'll get a real freaking rig, a real computer, and I'll be able to play those games full size. The thing that I love the Steam Deck, don't get me wrong, but the problem with it is anything with small text is incredibly difficult to read. You got that right, Tenkage. Hashtag winning. I've got to play Fear. I've never heard that one.
Fear is good. The first one's good, but don't expect too much. Don't expect too much in the form of level design.
Okay, I got Deus Ex also, like on Billy's recommendation. I mean, all the games I'm playing pretty much are Billy's recommendations so far. I mean, he hasn't been wrong yet.
Which Deus Ex did you get?
All of them.
We haven't played the second game, and I've only played some of Mankind Divided. But what I played of... So I've played through Deus Ex 1 years ago.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start with that one.
Yeah, it is the best one, by the way.
I've got to mod it for like modern graphics or like not horrible box graphics.
It is a pretty old game, but it's probably one of the deepest like RPG hybrids you'll play.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like when people swear by you look at the graphics and they're like they look old and boxy, and you still have people that swear that this is the best video game ever made. I'm like, okay, there's something special about
That's
this.
because gameplay is always more important.
Well, it's also the choices you make do matter in that game.
Like everything matters to an incredible extent, I hear. Like it's...
But this is like it's surprising how much is actually reacted to in your playthrough.
Yeah.
Like, let's put it this way. You go to the ladies' restroom.
Wait, what?
In the game, and...
Why?
I died. Well, it's like, you know how in games you can go into different restrooms. You can go into the men's restroom, the ladies' restroom.
Quit
you know, as you do.
Quit going in the ladies' restroom.
Yeah, I think you've got to...
So, what happens, though, is if you meet your boss after this, he starts telling you, hey, stop going to the ladies' restroom, JC. That's not polite.
He's right, you know.
And you can actually be labeled as a stalker in the game by one of the NPCs.
Are you doing this kind of thing in real life as well, Otter?
All I'm saying is that the game is very reactive.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Billy, are you okay?
Oh my god! Fuck it! Run away! Run away!
I think James has done some video game right there. Okay, you're on your island with the dinosaurs, James?
Yeah. I'm going to, I believe this is where I may have died. Oh shit, yeah, that's the guy that killed me.
Can you tame them?
He's gonna kill me!
You can tame them and shit, right?
Oh my god! Yes, I can. Run. This is like 40% of the game. Running from shit that can kill you.
I don't
There's
think
rock-
it's Turok though. It's something else, right?
No, this one's a heavy crafting game. I think. There's my dinosaur. Is he alive? Yeah. All right, we need to get out of here, bro.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked by the fucking bugs on that.
So this is Jurassic Minecraft.
Basically, and Pokemon. They
Oh,
literally have a form of Pokeball you put your dinosaurs in.
Riding your dinosaur.
Yeah, we're getting out of here, man. There's also Dilophosaurus here, which are not good.
All right. Speaking of getting out of here, where can people find you, James, if they're looking for you in the jungle and are trying to kill you?
That's a raptor. You can find me at worldwithoutendlore.substack.com, where I do a lot of writing, and my dinosaur might just die to that raptor very shortly.
And Wrangler, Frequency Studios.
You can find my books on Amazon, Haley's Star Bad Kitty and Bad Kitty Haley's World. Also, you can check me out over on Substack, where I got a short story set in the same universe. And you can follow me on my YouTube channel do a channel search for @Wrangler212, and it should pop right up.
Sweet. Awesome, man. And Billy Bob,
Nothing.
you don't like people finding you. You're like, you ain't gonna stalk me. Try to find me, I'll lose you in a second. I know Billy's got a YouTube channel, and we'll be reviewing Aaron C's Immortal Rising soon. If we can figure out a date that works between us, I think we'll make that happen shortly. And this has been Proof of Comics 65. Thank you for joining us today, folks. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on the way out and the like button if you can. And it's been a pleasure having you here. And I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Squeak, squeak.
We love you.
Should give them a Sabrina on the way out.
Oh, yes. Give them 2 Sabrinas.
So much Sabrina.
Let's give them a Sabrina mix. And I should play Sabrina clips instead of my trailer next time and just tell them buy Rattel and watch Sabrina. that's it for tonight. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Have a good
We
night.
love you.
God bless everybody.
God bless.
Yay.
The sun has gone to bed, and so must I. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, 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 goodbye.
Hello, Bitcoiners. Thank you very much. Hello. It's good to be with you. It's good to be with you.